Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. To make a creepy idea charming doesn't make it charming, it makes it more creepy. And I think anyone can say that of today's film, Milk Money.
This heart was almost taken. This heart had love of...
Okay, here's the premise. A bunch of little boys want to see a grown prostitute naked. Charmed yet? Yeah, it can only go downhill from there. How the hell are you supposed to have a whimsical, semi-family comedy established when that's your friggin' setup? Who says they do? Not me. Let's get this over with, Milk Money. So how does this charming little romp of a movie begin anyway?
You ever fart and sneeze at the same time?
And add Melanie Griffith's name over that, and we're off to a good start. It turns out a bunch of boys are having a girls' slumber party, complete with giggling, talking about crushes, and having no fucking clue what the hell they're talking about.
Found it in my mom's secret drawer. It goes in the bottom of the bathtub to stop the drain. No, it doesn't. It's a diaphragm. I think it's a travel drinking cup.
Or maybe it's a cheap joke.
I found it in my sister's room. I believe it's some kind of weapon.
Okay, was I born a chick? Because even I knew what these things were at that age. Just because we're boys doesn't mean we're total friggin' morons. What's this? I don't know. It must have come from an ancient alien tribe. Let's try and milk it.
Looks like a boob.
Yeah. Make them fly around.
Gotcha.
So after the charming flashlight boob scene, we cut to our main kid named Frank, and his dad, played by Ed Harris. It turns out Frank is studying sex education in school, but is having a little bit of trouble.
They assign this, but I'm getting nowhere with it. You can't relate that to the real world.
Like how?
Like, was Mom a virgin when you married her?
Why is it always drinking when a scene like that happens?
Are you gonna tell me about Mom or not?
No.
So he goes to one of those schools where the kids conveniently have no copyrighted images on their clothes, as we see our three little heroes are pretty damn obsessed about this whole sex thing.
What are we looking at?
Oh, and they watch porn too, did I mention that part?
What's that?
I think it's an elbow.
Will you stop cleaning? Why do you do that? My dad demands complete order and sanitation.
Okay, here's the thing. If you want to talk about a kid's sexual discovery, that's fine. But they're doing it in such a cutesy way. Do it in an adult movie. This is not the right way to handle it. Oh, don't believe me? Don't believe me that's overly sappy and cutesy? Well, let's take a look at the three kids here. You got one kid always telling jokes, another kid who's concerned with being clean, and the last kid who's obsessed with his leather jacket and good-looking hair. Sound familiar? Everywhere you look. That's right. If you wanted to hear the equivalent of Full House talking about their sexual discoveries, get out of here before I kill you.
I know a place where the girls are naked all the time. Where guys can see naked girls all they want 24 hours a day.
The internet. It's all over the place.
I don't believe such a place exists.
Where is this?
The city.
They partake in screenwriting cliche number 562, breaking the piggy bank with a hammer when they simply could have just opened it. And they begin raising the money to go to the city to see a woman naked. They sell their videos, they sell their comics, they let girls pay to try their jackets on? That confuses me, I don't know. And they finally get up enough money to go to Randomville, where the prostitutes are many. We now come across screenwriting cliche number 235, the gangster in the tacky Hawaiian shirt and jewelry.
Cash, where you going?
You don't ask me that. You never ask me that.
Never ask me about my painfully obvious business. It turns out he's the mobster slash pimp for Melanie Griffith's character V. Wouldn't that be a better movie? She's the kind of person the boys are looking for but don't know how to find. Really don't know how to find.
How do we tell a prostitute from everybody else?
Yeah, how do we know we're not asking a ballerina or a lawyer?
You just gotta go for it.
I'm sorry, but I refuse to believe that any group of boys can be this commendably dumb. I mean, this is beyond having no social skills. This is being an alien on another friggin' planet.
Excuse me.
Yes? Are you a prostitute?
What?
Well, if it's not a personal question...
Oh!
You guys need some help?
I want to see a naked lady.
Ooh, how much money you got?
$103.62.
That'll do it. Come on.
Really? So now these kids are so stupid they don't even remember stranger danger? 'Cause that's taught to you in, like, kindergarten. Hell, even this guy looks like a cartoon mock-up of all those criminals you're not supposed to go with.
Okay, backpacks.
Oh! Luckily, Griffith happens to open the door right on his face in the middle of a job.
You alright?
Yeah.
So after she saves their lives, the boys wish to thank her in the best way they know how. Asking her to take her top off.
We just want to look.
How much looking?
As much as money could buy.
You feel that uncomfortable tingling in the back of your neck that tells you you're going to hell for watching this? That means you're still human. Hold on to that.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, pull your shirts up over your heads. Come on. Okay, you're not hairy enough to be dangerous.
I swear to God, this movie is a 5-star restaurant menu of wrong. I wouldn't mind so much, except we're only on the appetizers. So she takes him back to her apartment, and, well, guess what she does?
What's the matter?
I can't do it. I want to be a gentleman.
Doesn't a gentleman bring enough for everybody?
This is the greatest moment of my life.
Oh good! The bright, goofy, colorful music will suck out all the despicable unpleasantness this movie is offering.
For men.
So V goes to that reject from Tony and Tina's wedding, who's pissed off because he knows that his girlfriend Anne H is gonna go lesbo in a year or two.
I'm a person and I have feelings.
Oh, you're a person now. Don't either you two move until I get back.
I am a person. I'm a human being.
I know you can't tell it by my acting, but it's true.
Tell the asshole I'm borrowing his car.
She sees the boys got their bike stolen and offers them a ride in the gangster's car.
It was nice meeting you.
Likewise. You're a very well-behaved young man.
You know, for someone who runs away, puts his friends in danger, and pays women to take their clothes off. But it turns out her car breaks down and she has to stay in the suburbs, which of course leads to the meeting of V and Frank's dad, who, did I mention, has a dead wife?
V, this is Dad.
Hello.
Oh. Dad.
Well, I can certainly see where your son gets all his awkwardness from.
What's she doing here?
Her car broke down.
Yeah, but who is she?
She's Brad's new math tutor. She gave me a ride home from his house, and then her car wouldn't start.
And this leads to screenwriting cliche number 129, misreading the other person's double meanings.
Do you enjoy it?
Enjoy it?
I bet you're really good at it.
There's only one way to find out.
Boy, am I glad to hear you say that. Because it's the one subject he's having trouble with.
Him?
Frank.
Frank.
You think you could fit him in?
Okay, I'm gonna give you one chance. One chance to take the high road! If you are actually smart enough not to take advantage of this joke, then I will have some measly little bit of respect for you. So go ahead. What's it gonna be?
Are you kidding? At his age?
I'm afraid if he doesn't learn it now, he's never going to.
You're going to hell. Yeah! You're going to hell, movie! I'm so sorry! No, you stay down there! You stay down there and you die! You die down there, movie! So, after we partake in the lowest of lows, we see V walk around the suburban town trying to make some money.
Love to see you smile.
Look at that woman. Oh my God. That is bad. It is. It's very, very bad.
Would you, like some company?
Yes, I would.
Did you hear that? That was bad. That was very, very bad.
I'm sorry, is this how white people act? I mean, I'm white, and I'm incredibly confused!
What are you doing here?
Looking for you. Hi, Frank. She spoke to me. I speak to her, but she never speaks to me.
Yeah, and she probably heard all that, you douche.
Aren't you going to introduce us to your friend, Frank?
I'm Frank's father's sister, Aunt V. We've got to be going now. See you later. That is bad.
That is very, very bad.
Wow, I've never heard a horrible catchphrase try to be so needlessly nailed into your head since.
Ah, word.
So V finds out that her gangster friend has been shot and that the other gangsters think that she stole a bunch of money that belonged to them. So, of course, she hides out in Frank's treehouse until the car is fixed and she can flee town. But there's even more important things going on during that story, like Frank has to be kept after class. Ooh.
Your understanding of the female reproductive cycle is simply not satisfactory.
There's a movie where that line needs to be said.
I'm giving you a second chance by assigning an oral presentation.
Oral.
An oral presentation on the material with footnotes and visual aids, due by the end of the week.
Really, movie? No blowjob jokes on that one? The I can fit him in joke, that's gold, but the oral presentation, that's just too low for us to stoop. Just go for the bottom of the barrel film. You have nothing else to lose. I mean, what's to stop you from having the kid just bring the prostitute into class, play it?
Hello.
Okay. I hate to do this to you guys, but this is another one of those scenes where I simply have to do a play-by-play. First of all, the kid knows he's doing wrong, so he knows he's gonna fail the assignment. So what's the point in doing it?
An important biological function in child rearing as both a food source and headrest.
Second, V is trying to hide out, isn't she? As in, not draw attention to herself? This kid is literally drawing attention onto her!
Who wants me to go on?
Third, I can understand the boys being excited by this, but why are the girls getting turned on? Are they looking to be little prostitutes too? Look at this girl, her reaction's priceless.
This is a woman.
Well, I'll be yes! Yes, it is! Fourth, he's doing this presentation for his teacher, and yet he actually locks the teacher out of the classroom. Well, if she can't see it, why are you doing it? She can clearly see you're doing wrong, so you're gonna get in trouble anyway. Why'd you even lock her out? Fifth, and most importantly, even though he locked his teacher out of the classroom, brings a prostitute to class, and violates God knows how many school codes and laws in doing it, there are no repercussions for this! Absolutely none! He's never punished. His father's never called. The news never leaves the classroom. V is never questioned. The kid doesn't even get fucking detention. We just cut to him and V trying on his dead mother's clothes. Truly another heartwarming, ethically damning scenario. So, in case you missed it, absolutely nothing about that scene makes any fucking sense whatsoever! Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol? So, as everybody will have guessed by, well, the beginning of the movie, Ed Harris has the hots for V, and actually takes her out on a date.
Oh, look, honey, it's Frank's dad. I wonder who that woman is.
She's a hooker.
Honey.
Because that's every mother's reaction to such an everyday line uttered by your daughter, isn't it? I wonder who that is.
She's a bitch-ass whore fuck!
Oh, Susie. But things, brace yourself for a shock, get even more awkward. As she comes across one of her old clients, which turns out is one of the boys' father.
You know this woman, son?
Not as well as we know each other, Mr. Smith.
You know her father?
No. No.
No, I may have the name wrong, but I never forget a face. My name is V, like the letter. Your husband and I did business together once.
Boy, for a prostitute, you'd think she'd be a little bit more discreet about IDing her clients. But then again, this is the same idiot who, I put nothing by her. But V also finds out that Harris thinks she was a math tutor the whole time. And so she decides to tell him the truth about the treehouse and her real job.
What, may I ask, are you doing living in my son's treehouse?
Take off your pants and I'll tell you.
Why do I have to take off my pants?
Because in my experience, men are better listeners when they're not wearing pants. And I have something personal to tell you, and I don't want you to be able to get away.
Okay.
I'm sorry, lady, you know that things can be done with your clothes on, right? I mean, this is not a new phenomenon. Just because 90% of what you do is with your clothes on doesn't mean everybody else is.
I'm a prostitute. Men pay me to have sex with them, okay?
Well, then what, may I ask, are you doing teaching math to 7th graders?
Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up like Batman?
My son bought me a hooker?
No, he didn't buy me for you.
Oh, what a relief.
He just wants me to marry you.
No, okay, well that makes it better. So he climbs down the treehouse and decides to have a conversation with his son. With his pants still off. Okay, that's it. I'm convinced. This kid's gonna grow up to be Denny from The Room. The social awkwardness, the sexual frustration, his backstory's filled in. We now know why he's so scary. Of course, because this is contrived city. They patch things up and now he's dating a whore. Good for him. But suddenly, one of the mobster bosses, played by Malcolm McDowell, gets informed of her location and goes after her.
You saw her in Middleton.
Middleton?
He hung up.
Oh, of course, he hung up. Well, she shouldn't be too hard to find.
We filled around for a while with other travelers of the night. What we were after now was the old surprise visit. That was a real kick, and good for laughs and lashings of the old ultra-violent.
He happens to enter right into the store that V happens to be shopping in, and even though he's standing right next to her, he doesn't manage to pick her out. This is why you send hitmen to do your dirty work, you schmuck. They actually can tell a woman from the exact same woman wearing sunglasses. So V tries to flee town because her life is in danger, but heck, not after showing up to Frank's sock hop. Bring the danger to the children, I always say. Ed Harris tries to meet up with her, but unfortunately McDowell recognizes her car more than he does her and follows him.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to the sock-up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think they have a sock-up here. You might want to go on the street to the ocean. Oh. So everybody meets up at the sock-up, and they have themselves a little fight. We then partake in screenwriting cliché number 33, the kid shouting yes. Yes! Right before we take part in screenwriting cliché number 246, the little kid's comedically driving a car. The wheel falls off, and yet somehow they're still able to keep driving straight and then suddenly turn, outwitting the bad guy as V escapes. We see later that she goes to the crime boss of the crime boss, I guess, and sees if she can get out of working for them. Now, of course, this has to be a very risky, very hard-to-do process, or else she clearly could have just done this from the beginning.
I want out.
Goodbye, my child.
Well, to say that was disgustingly easy would be an insult to those who work hard to do things that are disgustingly easy. But wait! What about Ed Harris? Oh, apparently he chained himself to a chair to stop a big hunk of wetland from being bulldozed. This was probably explained while you were marveling over the stupidity of the other scenes, so we most likely missed it.
When this place goes, part of me goes with it. I'll go to jail.
Tom, you're under arrest.
Dad!
Sorry, boy. Wet pieces of grass mean much more to me than ever trying to raise you as my son. Didn't look like I was doing a very good job anyway.
Forget it, Charlie. He's got the right to do any damn thing he pleases.
What's going on here? It's a deed to the wetlands in my name.
That's right. It turns out V found the stolen money that was hidden in the car and used it to preserve the piles of mud from being destroyed. And to make it up to her, he's gonna name the wetlands after her. It's wet, smelly, and full of algae, so it just seems logical.
Tell me I'm worth waiting for.
You're worth much more than that.
And just when you think this movie couldn't possibly give you any worse writing...
You know what? There is a place you can touch a woman that'll drive her crazy.
Where?
Her heart.
My God, did you see that? Holy smokes! If you slow it down really carefully, you can see the devil actually trying to escape through that line. Wow, now that's literally ungodly horrendous. So that's Milk Money, a creepy premise with a creepy delivery. I don't know, maybe if this was made in France as an independent film with a hard R, maybe something could have come from this. But as the quirky little comedy that gives a shrug at every joke, it's pretty unforgivable. You feel uncomfortable watching it and just wonder what the hell's gonna happen to these dirty little people a few years from now. Well, for most of them. It's not funny, it's not charming, it's just sick. So the next time a kid tries to bring a prostitute into your classroom, just remember, it could be Melody Griffith. I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to.
This heart was almost taken. This heart had love of its own. This heart was reawakened when you came
I'm going to the sock-up.